Hey guys, Dan here with another quick trade paperback review. This time we're reviewing Batman Detective Comics Fall of the Batman Volume 6. This is written by James Tynion IV, who I do have to say I'm kind of glad that he's doing good stuff writing for Detective Comics. He's another one of those writers who just, seems to be writing excellent stories for the series, and I have to start out by saying I love this cover that kind of alludes to, Batwoman doing something later on. And she's always kind of been the one that they don't really trust. But anyways, I do have to say, if you're going to read this, please do not read it without reading the previous issues. You kind of have to read the previous volumes. And speaking of issues, this does collect Detective Comics 969 through 974 in annual number 1. I highly recommend reading the previous, at least the previous 2 volumes before you get into this. I mean, it's not 100% required to read all, 5 volumes prior to this, but I would say you should at least read the first 2 or 3 before this one, so you kind of get an idea what's going on, or else you're going to read this and you're going to be like, well, why is it called The Fall of the Batman? And because without having the prior knowledge from the previous volumes, you're really not going to understand what's going on. This very centered around Clayface, which at the end of the volume there was a Clayface kind of origin story. It kind of bounced around a little bit between the past and present. I will admit it did get a little confusing, because if it wasn't for the events that kind of let you know what time period was taking place, I probably would have been really lost, and I felt like it was a little too fast and something they couldn't sum up in one issue. But hey, that's what they chose to go with, and I thought it was a nice little tribute, because I really felt something for Clayface. Usually, you don't really feel anything for a villain, you just think, they're a villain, they're the bad guy. But I really felt something. I kind of felt bad for Clayface, and yeah, it was a really touching story. This was excellent. I'm not going to share too many pages in because I don't want to ruin it, but it kind of, sets everything up. Like I said, I'm alluding to prior volumes. There were certain key events that were happening in those books that are kind of starting to all fall in place with this book. And it was kind of cool, because there were a few moments where I was like, no, it's not going to happen, maybe. I mean, there were some cliffhanger moments where you weren't really sure if things were going to fall that way. And yeah, I can't say no more, because like I said, I don't want to spoil it if you have not read this. I did really enjoy this. Detective Comics, a lot of these Batman books, these stories have been really great. I did rate this 4 out of 5 stars on Goodreads. Of course, as always, I will have a link down below for you to purchase a copy for yourself. Any and all purchases made through that link greatly help my channel. Even if you buy something small like a bookmark, a certain percentage of everything that's purchased through the link, I get a very small percentage of that. It helps me out. I'm not getting AdSense. I have the views, but I just don't have the subscribers. If you're not a subscriber and you're looking for more trade paperback, graphic novel, comic book reviews, this is where it's at, baby. Go ahead and hit that subscriber button. While you're there, hit that notification bell so you know when I upload stuff. That's all I got for you guys. Thanks for watching. Until next time, later.